The third of 3 games to finish up this Sunday. We might save the best for last. And off we go here in the wild card round. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And a look here at their signal caller, the 5th-year quarterback.
And he comes into these playoffs bringing a team that's been battle-tested, won the division, and earned the home playoff game here in round 1. But every year they know that a division champ, it feels like, gets beat. They don't want to be that team. They have to avoid the overconfidence and make sure they play the same way they played during the regular season, mistake-free and with passion.
4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
At the 32-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Wakefield. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll lead here to a third down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 41.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error.
Still third
Stay
down.
alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
The Browns send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. So here are the Bills now ready to go on offense for the first time. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And he was absolutely sensational throwing the football all year long, better than 40 touchdown passes. That means he made good decisions, and his team trusted him with the ball. So I can't imagine a scenario in this game where they change their philosophy. If they trusted him in the regular season, they're going to trust him now and let him turn it loose.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
On second down, here's the option.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Slot man moves right. Here's James. From the gun, he'll throw.
A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
And they come in as the 3 seed in this, very likely the last home game of the season for them, even if they win this ball game. But while they would have loved that top spot and the bye that goes with it, they're still in a pretty good position.
Well, they certainly are, and let's face it, every team knows if they want to get to the Super Bowl, they're going to have to earn it. And even if you get the number 1 seed, you know you have to win 2 games against teams. They're going to be riding high after big playoff wins coming at you.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. Down to the 42, 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Over the middle, complete. That's Patrick. Only able to gain a couple there. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Wakefield. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
Well, already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Now 2nd and 9.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
Looking to throw. James. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. .35 yards that time on the punt. Now the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Wakefield. Wide open receiver, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play.
his position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's second down.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. And he is going to lose yardage here. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Well, we just saw the recipe for success right there. Big body, strong, agile, playing with great leverage in hands. Not really able to be blocked on that play. Close things down inside.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Bills are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
The Bills' offense now, they get set to head back onto the field.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. No gain on the screen there, and second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, James. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there.
False start, offense.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, James. Under pressure, and they got to him again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. And taken at the 46.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Off play action, Wakefield. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Off the play fake, Wakefield.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. Back to throw, Wakefield.
And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
And his kick here is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left in no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And this will be incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up fourth down. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. It's taken to the 26. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Browns set to take over.
And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns. So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Back to throw again.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Starting to rack up the yardage here in this first half. 5 catches now and a first down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Looking to throw. Wakefield. Dancing to his left. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and goal to go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Point after try forthcoming. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Nothing for him yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. James. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Now a handoff running through the middle.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Back to throw. James. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Just a gain of a couple there, and it's 2nd down.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards that time, and a Bills 1st down.
2 minutes to play here in this 1st half of the NFL playoffs.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be...
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns.
Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Wakefield. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think there he had to come off of his primary receiver in a big way, just trying to get it to a secondary guy, unable to get that play completed.
Checked down, but didn't even have enough time to do that, incomplete. From the gun on 3rd down, Wakefield flushed out right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. Operating from the gun, Wakefield. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this 1st half. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Looking to throw, Wakefield. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. And they'll need the 39 here for a 1st. This is 3rd down. Back to throw, Wakefield. And this is going to be incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This, the last of our 3 games on this Wild Card Sunday. Again, one more to follow tomorrow night as we wrap up an exhilarating 3 days of Super Wild Card Weekend. We were certainly treated to an entertaining 1st half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense.
And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the 2nd half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the 1st half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
2nd and 15.
Looking to throw, James. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got it at the 15. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. 60 yards.
And the Bills have cut it back within a score.
It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch. Take it to the house. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Cleveland.
I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got them pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, putting the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. 2nd and 5. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bills shaken up on the play.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
To the sideline and incomplete.
A great job defensively taking away his receivers, and he was forced to put that one into Lake Erie, but that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 41. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Off play action. James.
That is caught. And he is going to have a Bills first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Bills have got it back to within a score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Cleveland offense making their way out. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
Throwing to start the drive. Wakefield. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play that time for Cleveland. 44 yards.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 26-yard line.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here.
And he is going to have a Browns first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy who can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, oh, he's a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment defense.
So they don't even need to run a 2nd down play. Give them the first.
And typically when we see this jumping,
Automatic
isn't it usually
first down.
3rd down, 4th down? They got him on 2nd down. I think that's a lack of discipline.
So it's still 1st and goal, but now they get to try from a bit closer.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Bills offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. James. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw. James. He's got Thompson here, complete. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Operating from the gun, James. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
This will be fielded at the 17. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of...
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Operating from the gun, Wakefield. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Patrick. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Looking to throw. Wakefield. On the move past the 40. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a 1st down. Back to throw. Wakefield. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Bills' 32-yard line.
Off the play fake, Wakefield. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4.
Let's go now.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
Now that's a killer because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a 1st down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looks like you're exactly right. Looked like a 4-sure stop on 3rd, and then the tables turned.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
No gain on the play. 2nd and
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard.
brings up 3rd and 1.
Looking to throw. Wakefield.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
And now out come the Bills.
If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They go play action here on 1st down.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. James. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
And that pick six, that was the first turnover forced by the defense in this ballgame, CD.
And what's even better is when they finally forced one, they kept the effort up and were able to return it for a score. They could hear their defensive coaches saying to them, hey, getting the interception's great. Can you do more with it? Turn it into a big play. And they did exactly that.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And they turn the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized with a little bit on top.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
And that last pick 6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly.
And he goes out right around the 39. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Now James operating from the gun. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
The slot man in motion right. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
They'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 38-yard line. And the slot man goes in motion left. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Looking to throw. James. And that's off the mark, incomplete. So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Back to throw. James. And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 21. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Looking to throw. James. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Back to throw. James. He finds his man. Complete. It's Russell. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Slot man moves right. James from the gun on 3rd down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard.
4th down, and they take to the air, which really isn't a major surprise. But how about the coverage? They're able to bat it down.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
So a decent game there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook that can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 12.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. James now throwing to start the drive. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. He's got it complete to Thompson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. To throw is James. From the gun, he'll throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Looking to throw. James. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 2nd and 2. Quick hitter here. It's complete. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have.
No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
There he goes, right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Well, this defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick 6.
And how about the way they played this entire game? Not only did they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick 6s, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
Now the try here for the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bills offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
And at this point, maybe you say, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division but did earn a wild card berth. It does appear, however, that their season is just a few minutes away from ending in one-and-done fashion.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. James.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Looking to throw. James.
Now inside the 25.
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there. 52 yards.
And the Bills get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. Here's the Bills kickoff unit out as they will send this one away.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
So the false start will back them up 5.
False start, offense.
Now they nabbed the rookie there for the 5-yard penalty.
So much going through his head. It just has to be, right? All of his assignments and realizing every game he plays, one of the better players in the league will be opposite him.
And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them.
One moves on, one goes home.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.